Greetings all. So today we're going to be doing an electrolysis experiment. So what we have is we have two pencils which are going to behave and act as our electrodes, our positive and negative electrodes, of which this battery is going to be the source of electricity that is going to be conducting and performing electrolysis. So what we have here is obviously the cup and the two electrodes in this piece of high quality cardboard. We have this table salt, so we're just going to chuck in a little bit of table salt because pure water isn't actually a great conductor of electricity. To ionize, at least. So we have the salt in there. Now we're going to put in some water. Because this is what we need to perform the electrolysis on, the separation. So there we go. Now we're going to put in the pencils, which are electrodes, positive and negative. And now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this battery, and we're going to place it on top of these two lead pencils, which are acting as our electrodes, and we're going to see both the hydrogen gas and ozone gas be created within the same solution. Now this is important because in the Kangen water machines, what happens is there's actually if you're using the level UK8 machine, there is 8 electrodes, hence why it's called K8. Now, this causes even more ionization and more gas, more hydrogen gas and ozone gas to be created within the machine. Now, in the machine, obviously this isn't a machine, but in the level UK8 machine, there is a exit spout at the bottom, and there is the drinking spout at the top. So what happens is there's both ozone gas and hydrogen gas created within the machine. However, they are separated, and so you're not drinking them from the same spout. You're drinking them from, if you want to drink the ozone gas filled water, which you shouldn't be doing, you can do that in the level UK8 machine. It comes out from the bottom, from the exit spout, which you shouldn't be drinking from anyway. If you want to drink the molecular hydrogen gas filled water, which is what we're all doing, I'm assuming, if you're drinking the Kangen water 9.5, you drink from the drinking spout, obviously. So now we're going to show what's happening. Just 1 second. We're going to show the electrolysis happen in the water. So I trust you guys can all see that now. Clear on the screen. Here we are. Fantastic. Now I'm going to put this battery on top. And you're going to see the electrolysis happening. Here we are. You see it's bubbling. I take it off, it stops bubbling. Place it back on. And that is your hydrogen and oxygen gas being created within this water. However, we don't have a Kangen machine, so we can't create separation.
Platinum is a very useful catalyst in many applications, from fuel cell battery to the production of fertilizer. However, the platinum deposit in the Earth's crust is incredibly low. In fact, it is about 4 times less abundant than gold. Thus, the catalytic reaction only occurs on the very surface of the platinum. Plating a thin layer of platinum onto other metal has become the most efficient way to utilize the limited platinum resource.
In this video, we're going to examine the chemical resistance of platinum. Here I have a 1 troy ounce bar of platinum metal. The first test will be in hydrochloric acid, so I'm wrapping it in aluminum foil for comparison purposes. Here is the concentrate hydrochloric acid. I'm putting this round bottom flask over it to keep it from splashing out. What's happening is the acid is reacting with the aluminum foil to form hydrogen gas and aluminum trichloride. Since it's highly concentrated, the aluminum trichloride hydrate is precipitating out as a powder. I'm going to add some water to completely dissolve it. And here's the platinum bar. Let me get it out of there. The hydrochloric acid completely destroyed the aluminum, but the platinum bar is perfectly fine. Now for the sulfuric acid test. I have here some sugar and I'm adding to it some concentrated sulfuric acid. Let me toss in the platinum bar, and now we wait. What's happening is the sulfuric acid is removing water from the sugar and leaving behind carbon. Now the platinum bar is embedded in this pillar of carbon, so let me retrieve it. And there it is. Oh, I think I scratched it when I jabbed it with my spatula. Oh well. The sulfuric acid itself did not damage the platinum. Now for the nitric acid test. For comparison, I'm also going to toss in a piece of copper. The nitric acid is reacting with the copper to produce copper nitrate and this brown nitrogen dioxide gas. Okay, looks like the reaction is done. And here's the platinum bar, completely immune to the nitric acid. Now for the reaction with molten sodium hydroxide. I'm putting these pellets on the surface and now I'm going to heat it with a torch. The sodium hydroxide is melting, and as I continue heating it, oh look, it's turning brown. Either the sodium hydroxide is turning brown or the platinum is. Let me let it cool and we'll remove the sodium hydroxide to be certain. The sodium hydroxide is solidifying, so we'll need to dissolve it in water. Here we go. Looks like the brown color is permanent. Platinum can be tarnished by molten sodium hydroxide. What happened was, under molten alkali conditions, platinum is oxidized by air. So what we have here is a surface coating of platinum oxide. Anyway, there we have it. Platinum can be damaged by molten sodium hydroxide. For those interested, of course.
That lead is most probably being leached into the water, which you don't want to be drinking either. Now, one more final thing before we stop is that in the water, you can also create chlorine gas. So as we know, in our water supply, where our tap water comes from, where it's municipally treated, chlorine is placed within the tap water. Now, if you electrolyze the water and it has chlorine gas in it, you are going to be creating, it has chlorine in it, you are going to be creating chlorine gas, which is not what you want to do. So this is why in Kangen water machines, it's imperative and it's significant to have some form of pre-filtration, which is what's made available for you. So that's the video today, guys. I trust this is valuable for you, and I trust also that everyone is doing well. Bye now. So.
Chloride, which is the next one down, has another shell. And that contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Has another single. Is that atom happy? No. Why not? Because it has an unpaired electron. So chloride is going to do the same thing. It's going to rip electrons wherever it sees it. That's why chloride basically is causing damage to cells. And somebody decided in their right mind that it would be a good thing to go and stick in water. Yes? And who decided that? Somebody who wanted to try and save people's lives because they felt. So you know about the story about this. This happened in London, of all places, because everything happens in London. There was all these people getting sick. Somebody from number 22 was getting sick. Somebody from number 28 was getting sick. Somebody from 42. This guy, he looked and he said, why are all these people getting sick? So then he decided, he looked, and in those days, they all used to share water from the well. So you go to the center of the well, there's a well there, so he went there, took a sample of water, looked at it under a microscope, and what did he find? Bacteria. So he thought it would be a good idea. He says, I know what, we need to come up with something we can put in the water that's going to kill the bugs, but not necessarily going to kill the people. I know, we'll stick chlorine in. And that's how chlorine has been added to water. That's why we drink it. They passed it through government, and that's why we add chlorine into our waters to try and kill all the bugs. But what is it doing to you guys?
Hi, my name is Martin W. Ball, also known as your Kangen Water Guy, and I'm here today to talk about pre-filtration. This is an area that I get many questions about. So let's look into some of the common questions that are asked. Does the Enagic ionizer filter out all of the nasties? Do I even need pre-filtration? What pre-filtration do I need? Is fluoride in Kangen water? Will a reverse osmosis system with an Enagic ionizer? Well, in this video, I will cover the common areas to help you receive a strong foundation to decide what is best for you. Firstly, the Enagic ionizers have a filter in them, and this filter's purpose is mainly to protect the electrolysis chamber from any debris that might damage it. Enagic has stated that this filter is made up of granulated antibacterial activated charcoal and calcium sulfite. It will remove 95% or greater of chlorine as well as remove sediment and odor from your water supply entering your water ionizer. It won't remove metallic ions and salinity that is present in your source water. The ionizer filter itself filters 1,500 gallons of water, which is approximately 6,000 litres, and its lifespan is 12 months. This means you will change the filter based on whether you go through 1,500 gallons first or when you reach 12 months, even if 1,500 gallons of water hasn't even passed through the filter. Now, it's important to note that all of the Enagic ionizer filters are the same. Therefore, it doesn't matter which Enagic ionizer that you own, they all filter the same as I just previously mentioned. Now, moving on to pre-filtration. Some of us need to have our water pre-filtered because of bacteria and contaminants, and then some of us want our water cleaner. A common misconception is that rainwater doesn't need filtering. This is not the truth because in many cases, rainwater is collected on roofs that birds poop on. There are more chemicals in the atmosphere than ever before that the water collects through. Debris and bacteria form in water tanks, and there's so much more. Even town water has chemicals that are damaging to our health, as well as other contaminants such as heavy metals, pharmaceutical medications, pesticides have been found in town water supplies, all of which we need to remove, if not at least reduce, so that our bodies don't have additional filtering stress. And as I believe you have either chosen to or are looking to invest in an Enagic ionizer, you want your Kangen water to be as healthy as it possibly could be. Therefore, pre-filtration is highly likely something that you do need. If you know what's in your source water and what you want to remove, then it's fairly straightforward to get the right and best filters for your desired outcome. Although it's also important to be aware of the quality of the water filter system that you're looking to purchase, as just like the ionizer industry, unfortunately, there are many charlatans out there that are just trying to sell you something that isn't as good as they claim, and I've seen it firsthand. When looking into reverse osmosis, there are quality units, and then there are units that are a waste of money. My advice, always be looking for the NSF certifications and/or independent lab studies with any filter system and filter replacements. And whilst I am here talking about reverse osmosis, as long as there is a mineral in the source water entering the Enagic ionizer after pre-filtration, then yes, it will create Kangen water. Some reverse osmosis systems will remove all of the bad stuff from the source water, and in doing so, they will remove all of the good stuff, such as minerals and the memory of the water. A simple fix is to add either an alkalizing chamber to the RO system itself or get the calcium additive from your local Enagic office for your ionizer and it'll work fine. Please don't listen to anybody who tells you it won't work, because the truth is nobody knows until the ionizer is connected to the reverse osmosis system and then testing takes place. Now, I have a video on my YouTube channel showing you how to test if your ionizer is working from your source water. If it isn't, as I mentioned, there are ways to make it work. So let's move on to benchtop for pre-filtration. Now, Enagic offers a range of pre-filters to help clean your source water before it enters your ionizer. Once you know what you want removed, you can find the kit to help you get the result you desire. However, unfortunately, these kits are not designed to remove large amounts of nasties in your water, and it's important to also note they have a very short lifespan, which many people aren't even aware of due to not reading the filter information. Here is an example. The grey Enagic pre-filter is designed to reduce the fluoride added to town water. Enagic's own testing has found it removes up to 90% of fluoride, which is tremendous. However, the lifespan of the filter is only between 1 to 2 months. This means that if you are using this grey filter, you should be replacing it with a new one no later than every 2 months. So as great as it is that Enagic offers us the pre-filters, they aren't designed for long-term use. They are expensive to replace and to maintain. And the sad thing is, due to the amount of filter replacements, they cause an environmental issue. Now, I have spoken to multiple filter companies as well as Enagic directly, and they all said that they just throw old filters into general waste. This is the Enagic fluoride reduction kit that I previously used for a few years. Obviously, I was replacing the filters regularly based on their lifespan and volume. Now, whilst I'm here talking about fluoride reduction, if you want fluoride removed or reduced, then you do need to have a pre-filter that will do so, as ionization will not remove fluoride that is added to our water supply. For those people that don't believe me, here is an independent lab test I had carried out that cost me almost $1,000. I gave them 3 samples of town water from my home in Victoria Park, Western Australia to test. And from the moment of them being poured, they were sealed tightly. They were then put into a cooling bag and delivered to the testing facility within about 30 minutes for immediate testing. And here are the results. Sample 1 was normal town water, sample 2 was the town water through the K8 ionizer, and sample 3 was the town water through the Enagic pre-filter kit and then through the K8 ionizer. And as you can clearly see, no fluoride was removed in sample 1 or sample 2. The town water had to go through the Enagic pre-filter to be reduced. So back to the pre-filters. I knew that I wanted to improve my filter situation, as well as I was looking for something that didn't create as much waste in the environment, removed more contaminants, and was more cost effective. Working with a filter company that I'd referred a lot of customers to, we set about putting a package together to help people on town water and people on rainwater sources. After much testing to ensure we weren't removing any of the good stuff so that they worked with the ionizer, we came up with 2 pre-filter kits that can be installed on the benchtop or installed underneath the benchtop. On my website at yourkangenwaterguide.com, I explain all that is removed via each of the pre-filter kits, depending on if your source water supply is town water or if it's rainwater. And I also have a comparison chart there so that you can see what more will be removed from your source water while saving you money and giving you healthier Kangen water. And whilst I'm on about that one, once again, if fluoride is something you want removed, this pre-filter kit that I use and recommend, not only does it remove many other nasties, it also removes approximately 94% of fluoride and helps your water taste better. So you get healthier tasting Kangen water to enjoy, as well as saving you money and the environment.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Joe Brown. So what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of do a how-to video or why you want to use alkaline water machine from Kangen. Why I have not only this unit in my office, but I actually have another unit in my house. So what I want to do here today, just so that many people ask me, why do we want to use the Kangen unit versus different machines out there? Why do we want to spend the dollar amount on this one versus some of the competitors that are a little bit cheaper? And quite frankly, why did I, Dr. Brown, for both my office and my family, why did I choose to use these machines? So what I'm going to do here with you is I'm going to walk you through an alkaline water machine. Okay? So literally, there's nothing that you need to hook up anywhere. You don't need to call out a plumber, a mechanic, or anything like this. You're going to plug it into whatever outlet, which is right here. And then it comes with about 16 or 17 different attachments that will hook up to any faucet, okay? Even those faucets, some of those new faucets that pull out, there are attachments that myself and my patient care coordinator has that we can actually hook right up to this for you, okay? So bottom line is there's no mechanical stuff to get done. There's no hooking things up underneath the sink or anything like that. You literally plug the machine in, and it comes with about 16, 17, 18 different attachments that enables you to hook this up right to the faucet, okay? So let's get started here. When you turn the water on at your sink or your garage or your bathroom or wherever you're going to put this, most people just put it on their kitchen counters, you can still wash your hands, do dishes, things like that. As you can see, I've still got water coming out below here, okay? Now, When I want to use the actual machine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this from tap water, I'm going to turn this up to ion.
That there was no holes in this equipment. None. The platinum here is medical grade platinum. And if you guys have competitors that are talking about platinum, there is a huge difference between platinum and medical grade platinum. Medical grade platinum has to be certified. It cannot be diluted. Platinum in general, which I can purchase today, you get all different grades. But this one has medical grade platinum, and that produces the hydrogen gas. It produces the high ORP negative charge you guys are getting. My engineers came back and said, this machine is so good, we need to talk to your wife. And I didn't know what they were going to talk about. They all ordered equipment, all of them.
You guys are overselling. I'll tell you a story. A cat came to my house to sell me a Kangen water machine. He comes in. I'm like, yeah, come on up, man. Show me the whole deal. It's a $5,000 machine. I'm not going to let you in the door if I'm not interested. Put all the things out. You know how y'all do all the cups. Put up Pepsi, the orange, the Sprite, the water. Dude, he dropped one drop in the first, whatever the tester was. And I'm thinking, F it, I'm buying 2 machines. I'm thinking, I wonder if they could put it on my shower and I could bathe in it. I'm up to 3 machines in the first 3 minutes of the presentation. This idiot goes on for 55 minutes. I bought 1 machine. We moved to Miami. I bought a 2nd machine when I came here from somebody else. I just bought a 3rd machine from somebody else because everybody freaking takes too long to ask, have you seen enough to make a decision?
Hey guys, Jan here. I wanted to just make this this quick video just to interject into this video that has been created, and I want to tag off what Mr. Cardone was saying, overselling and talking for too long and explaining things too in depthly. I will continue doing that. I will continue to do that on this account. I believe that anyone that wants to make a decision on to get a Kangen water machine, I want whoever's going to be doing that, if you're going to be interacting with my specific account and my personal brand that I've been garnering and creating here and content for, I want to impart a level of understanding and comprehension and knowing into whoever may be interacting with this content and this material, so that they're not taking a leap of faith, but they're, quote, taking a leap of knowing. Like, so by the time they actually get to the decision-making process in part, they already know that this stuff works. They don't have to, I have, skepticism and I have, whatever that may come about. By the time you get there, you're going to know. That's been part of the intention and the goal behind the creation and the delivering of the content and the material that's had on this account. But, obviously, there's been other people who are distributors internationally, that the way that they've delivered demonstrations has been a lot more. Some of these people have made it a lot more simplified than I have, and that's another part of the goal of what I've been doing as well. I want to make sure that all the sophisticated and complex and all the complexity is able to be imparted and delivered, and the content that's able to be created and shown to you guys is simplified in as best a manner as possible. And so I will continue to do that, and some of it may have to be a bit longer, but that's part of learning about all the information and all of the stuff that is actually included in the creation and that's involved with Kangen water. But we're going to finish on one final thing in this video, which is just the pricing objection, let's say. I know there's people out there who may think that the pricing is a little bit more, quote, pricier, for lack of a better word, than other things in which you could utilize your money on. However, I want to show some perspective and shed some light on that note in this final part of the video. So we're going to get to that now, and let's go. Okay, beautiful. So now we're going to look at 3 machines that are popularly purchased from the Enagic company, which are producing these Kangen water machines, these water ionized machines. So we have the first one, which is the Level UK SD501. There's that one that's 4.5. We're using Australian pricing points, Australian dollar here. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching this from, if you have an Enagic office in your country, then you can purchase the machine. So just translate that to your currency and you will have the price. Then we have the Level UK SC501 Platinum, and then we have the flagship model, the Level UK Kangen 8K8, which most people have who have gone ahead and actually acquired a Kangen water machine. This is the one that they usually have. I myself, and in this video, it's relevant to this video, this is the one we'll be talking about. And the reason why this one's the best is because it has 8 electrodes. It has 8 electrodes, and they are medically graded platinum coated titanium electrodes. So this is what is creating the molecular hydrogen that the drinking water, the 9.5, has everybody raving on about all the benefits that it has. So this is what you're going to have. So let's hypothetically say you're going to go for this one because this is the best. You can get the other ones, but you can get this one as well. So let's say hypothetically, okay, Johan, fantastic, I'm going to grab this one. Okay, so let's hit that price point. Let's say from Australia, $5,907, and we're gonna do some calculations here. So there's 365 days in a year if we're using the Gregorian calendar. We're going to times that by 40 years, which is the amount of time that is had the average life expectancy, excuse me, of this water ionizing machine, and then that's going to give us 14,600, yeah, and then we're going to divide that by the price of the water ionizer. Okay, so 14,600 divided by 5,907. That's going to give us a price of $2.47 per day over a 40-year period, and then you're going to have this machine giving you fantastic drinking water, and then you're also going to have all of these other uses, because there's other, as you guys can see there on the screen, there's 6 other options. Technically there's 7, but on the screen you only see 7 buttons. There's 6 options there in which you can utilize for a myriad of things. You can utilize it for washing your produce, washing your vegetables, cleaning your house. You can use it as for cleaning products. You can utilize the 2.5 acidic water to clear surfaces, sanitize them. It's amazing. There's so many things I could say about this water, and I think for some people they probably think that I'm not doing it justice. I'm actually undermining the level you carry, the level of value that this machine can give you. Okay, because it's not just the drinking water, but we're not going to be talking too much about that. We just wanted to cover the pricing point and just talk about a little bit about that. So you're looking at $2.47 a day for 40 years. You're going to be utilizing this stuff for ages. Now, of course, this is not including, things like pre-filtration and maintenance. Obviously, that's going to accompany this machine. But when you have the perspective of you could be utilizing this money to spend on alcohol, which is what is alcohol doing? Yes, it gives us a good time, for example, but it's not giving you any health benefits, which this is giving you a myriad, just a plethora of benefic effects and qualities to you, and adding that to your life. And so that's what I wanted to touch on, just really briefly before we closed out this video, just to touch on some of the facets of this machine and why you may want to get it. So let's move on to the next slide. So thank you to you. I don't want to say guys, I'm sure that people who are watching this, it's going to be like one person behind the computer, and there's not going to be a multiplicity of you. So I'll address you singularly, individually. So thank you for watching this video and going through it if you've watched it all the way. And if you have watched it all the way, then you've most probably have extracted a lot of value from it, because the way I've been constructing content in more recent times is I wanted to be able to construct it in such a way, so in such a manner where it shows you everything, so that by the time you finish watching it, you've gained a lot of awareness about what you're getting involved in, and that's what I want to, and that's what I want to deliver to people. I don't want to just be like, I don't want to say, hey, it's amazing, it does this, it does that, and then you don't even know why it does that. Everything here, for the most part, and most of this content, if you go through everything, A lot of it's going to be able to help you to understand how it all works, and so yeah, not to ramble too much on. That's the video. There's going to be more content coming. I have a lot more content being created, and I have quite a larger video being in the making right now, but you will see that it'll be coming soon. I'm not too sure when it will finally make its debut, but it's coming out, and it'll be there for anyone that wants to watch it and to gain, who'll be able to gain value, and that you'll be able to gain value from once it's done and it's out there. So, one final note: if you are wanting to get a machine, just direct message me, and I'll help you through that, and we can get you a machine into your life. And apart from that, whoever's watching, you're gonna be watching more valuable videos coming out, more information material is coming soon, and I'll catch you in the next one. So.